Hello and welcome. So,
Hey guys.
Our anniversary is coming up. 3 years wedding anniversary.
And trust me, that went like this.
Yeah. And I decided to invite my husband. And we're going to share a bit of what 3 years of marriage has taught us.
And that's a lot.
Yeah. Because we think it'll help a lot, and we also we got a word that our marriage would help a lot of people, so I might as well start. So
and just to clarify that for people who may not know what we're talking about, we are a Christian couple. We do actively what do you call it?
we are active Christians.
We are actively in our faith.
We are active in our faith.
Whatever you want to call it. But so to people who may not be in faith of any kind, that might be a little confusing, but it's simply because we're a Christian couple. We got prayed about and prophesied over, and that's what Marianne is talking about.
Right. So, and to start that off, I guess I'll start there.
That would be a good choice.
With one of my things that not much that I've learned in marriage, but more that this is also what we've learned and seen from other couples, and what we've seen from their side, and then from the male and female side, and talked to them, and what we then have discussed together. Because basically, we don't keep secrets from each other.
Except birthday gifts and, presents.
Those temporary secrets.
Yeah.
But, so when we talk about faith, then one of the things is that you don't have to have the same level of faith.
Nope.
Don't have to be that equal.
Nope.
I have heard people say, well, of course it's not a good idea to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't have the same kind of faith. You should have the same faith. You should believe in the same thing in God and all other faiths. Don't want to go into it since frankly I don't remember all of them. Yeah, we got a little visitor.
You just barely see her. Our 8-year-old Labrador Retriever, which we effectively call
there she is.
our Labradoodle. 8-year-old rescue dog.
The dong dong part is her tail. Anyway, you don't have to have the same kind of faith.
No.
Level of faith, I mean.
That's probably a good
sorry.
adjustment.
I missaid that. But yeah, we don't have to have the same. Like, we're both Christians. We believe in Jesus. We believe in God. We believe in the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
We believe Jesus died for us. He rose again.
Yep.
Not to sound typical-ish, but we believe in all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't... Stop it. We don't believe in the same level.
No.
We don't have the same relationship with God and Jesus. We don't have the same spiritual gifts. We don't have the same spiritual ways, prayers, and so on, which is okay. I mean, in marriage, you gotta remember you shouldn't need to change them. I mean, what I actually often ask myself of, would I have married Michael if I wasn't allowed to change anything about him? Yes, I would. Because I frankly can't live without him. As simple as that. One of the really good reasons to marry him.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sorry.
One of the things in there for me is with Mariana is very she likes to research as much as she can, no matter what it is, even Christianity and the Bible, to know more about our so-called history, know more about what the potential gifts or things that we could get, but also just to get closer, like in a family relationship. And I'm not there. I think it has a lot to do with our family background, but we'll come into that a little bit later. But I'm at a point where I discover slowly. I discover when the things just comes. I don't actively seek things out, and that's okay for me right now. And it has been a discussion between us for quite a while that, well, Mariana can't understand, how can I not wanting to research more? How can I not be this eager? Like, I want more.
Because I love to eat. I love to eat knowledge.
Yeah.
I want more and more and more.
And I don't.
Yeah.
But like I said, you have to accept that kind of different levels of faith, which is also why we call it personal faith, because it's each are individual faiths and beliefs
and relationship with Jesus. It's not that we just believe. It's actually Jesus is like a brother, and God is our Father, and everyone that's in the Christian faith in the whole world is our siblings until you get married to one of them. Then of course they're husband and wife.
Then they become one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just my little input.
Yeah. Also, that was like Michael says with faith and being in a marriage, and you have different levels. Like, I want to research, and I'm like, why don't you want to hear what I just read in the Bible? I'm so excited, which is very real because I read in the Bible daily now. But one of those things is it can be so challenging and irritating because also that with the knowledge, my logic is just, well, if it helps you understand things, don't you want to know more about it? I would say, yeah, okay, if that helps me understand, why not? Michael? Nope. He would stop there.
And to explain that a bit further, I think that comes in with, we're two different kind of people in the way we learn. Mariana can be shown several different ways of learning the exact same thing, and she will absorb exactly the one that fits her. If you do that to me, you're gonna see me run around like a confused chicken.
No, you have my.
That doesn't work with me. I need one way to solve this problem. That's how I'm gonna do it. If there's a better way down the line, I'll figure that out myself. But if you show me more than one way, I'm just gonna be like, okay, so which one do you want me to use? So learning that different ways is both beneficial and not so much.
Just to mention, we are outside and it's starting to rain in case you hear.
In case you didn't notice the bush behind us.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, Max just popped his head up like, what was that? Yeah. So. Also that with faith, growing together.
Yeah.
That with people where they have different levels, and of what within faith, I believe the same as any other knowledge. You cannot know everything. There's always more to learn.
And I agree.
And that does that in a relationship. I find it so important that maybe not the same level, but you can grow together still within the faith, which we've done. We've grown together within the faith, so we're still very strong in our faith together, but we got each our way. It's kind of like, how do you say it? Yeah. You can both sing, but Michael might like opera, opera, thank you, and sing that. I might like rap, but it's still singing. So it's kind of that different levels, different ways, which is okay.
Funny enough, it's kind of the other way around.
Yeah.
Just thought of it. I just thought of it. It's pretty much the other way around.
The other thing I wanted to tell about marriage and faith is our wedding ring. I don't think we've actually ever told many people about it.
No, but that's also because we keep things a lot private.
Yeah. But our wedding ring is of titanium, so it cannot be destroyed.
Let me give you a close-up of mine.
See if it can focus.
Nah, it does pretty well right now. It's difficult to see. You can see the little line right there. One side is supposed to be polished, the other one's supposed to be rough. Over the last 3 years, both of them has kind of gone rough, but that's part with metal.
Anyway, within our marriage, our ring, well, actually my ring, I'll show you now, if you can see it.
Focus.
It's not focusing 100%.
I think that's fine.
As you can maybe... I'm very bad at focusing right now. Focus.
Front camera isn't as good as the back camera.
No. There is two small diamonds each, and then there's 3 in the middle, which represents, which we wanted a reminder of in our marriage.
3 large.
That's what I said. 3.
No, you said 2 small and 3 in the middle.
Oh, sorry. 2 small diamonds out on the side and 3 in the middle of big diamonds.
Thank you.
which is a reminder for our relationship that whatever happens, whenever happens, God Father, God Son, and God Holy Spirit will always be in between our relationship, the middle and the centrum of it. Whenever our relationship goes bad, I always not get bad. Whenever we have difficulties, I should probably say it's not getting bad. Then I do go to God, and I always go to that, because as long as my relationship with God is good, things should go always better. Like they say, God says that in the Bible, seek first God and His kingdom, and everything else will be given to you. All your needs, everything, all you want. So, well, and that was kind of that was our marriage promise to each other, to keep God in the middle.
Yeah.
I have a list.
Yeah, that's again the difference between us. Miranda likes to plan everything as much as possible. That kind of goes wrong for me. The best way I do it, I wing it. And sometimes I miss things here and there, but I generally get the point through.
But we're both really good at improvising and working as a team.
Yeah.
We automatically work as a team at different things and use each other's strength. Like, I'm really good at precisely being able to get furniture around a place without even measuring sometimes. And
you got a pretty good eye measure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
and that's actually something I would like to just jump in on and start another topic in it. Mm-hmm. Teamwork. You've probably heard it in both couple counseling and marriage counseling, if you've tried that or heard about people who've done that. But teamwork is extremely important in any type of relationship, whether you're just boyfriend-girlfriend or married. Probably
even
especially married.
Non-romantical relationships. I mean,
you see it in out at work with, for example, police. Well, they have that partner. They have to rely on them to survive. If you can't rely on your partner, you can end up dead. Nobody wants that.
Right. Oh, firemen. They're even more important, I would almost say, since the partner can save them from a fire in the house. So
the point is that teamwork is extremely important. And one thing I've found that a lot of couples still haven't gotten through, even though we're not in the 40s and 60s anymore, is that hardly anybody splits everything down the middle. It's always, okay, wife makes food, wife does laundry, wife cleans house, husband goes out working, blah 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 blah. It gets boring as crap to listen to.
And I, since I was a kid, refused to be the one standing at home doing the things. So I'm very stubborn, so that will happen, that I get that way. And I'm a workaholic, apparently. Yeah. So that's also not going to happen with me staying at home. No. But also one of the things with we each want to start a company. Yeah. So, but also that with, I've heard in a lot of other marriages and relationships and that where people, they complain about each other, like, why can't you do that? I'm tired and I have to do so much. And we've done a lot of things ourselves to try and figure out what was best for us. And one of the things we learned is divide it with what needs to be done and what you're comfortable with. For example, no one wants to clean, let's be honest. I mean, I love cleaning, but at the same time, who wants to use the time on it? Buddy.
Just fast. Oh. You kind of took over there.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Nope.
Marriage. Oh, man. Now I'm going to forget what I said. Okay, carry on.
You'll remember. Anyway. With teamwork, what we found out is if you, to put it friendly, cut the crap and stop the sexism and whatever the heck you would want to call it, and split all tasks straight down the middle. So, for example, wife does right, husband does left.
Okay, I didn't interrupt. I commentated. That's what happened.
Yeah, but your commentation took into a whole section.
Oh, yeah, that way. Yeah, I do that. Sorry.
Yeah, you do.
Sorry.
You're welcome. Well, you're excused.
Thank you. Love you.
You get the point. Love you too. Anyway, so, for example, the thing with, well, back in the day, you would never see the husband cook food for the family. That was just not a topic. with us, we shift every other day.
Oh.
The only time we don't cook alone, is Friday and Saturday, where we cook together. When we actually can be bothered to do that together, or have energy, or
can be both to do it together. More that with if we're too exhausted to stand up in the kitchen, we do something fast.
Thank you.
That way.
And Sunday
Self-service. I'm gonna shut up.
Thank you. We incorporated something from her family, which is self-service, which means that, frankly, nobody and everybody cooks.
You cook for yourself, people. Pull yourself together.
Yeah, basically, if you want food, get off your lazy ass, go in the kitchen and get you something.
And then I like to say why we had that in my family. A lot of the things we do is actually from my family. But the reason why we did it on Sunday is because my family is Christian, and Sunday is the holy day where you're supposed to rest and relax. Man, that's tongue twisters.
You're also tired. You're also tired. Usually tongue twisters comes easier for you when you're tired.
And what you call it? You shouldn't do that. You're making me confused on what I'm trying to say. And that does that. No one wants to cook, so if you get things, you get as my dad would say, it's sandwiches in the evening because it's cold, it's easy, it's fast kind of thing. It's similarly that with there's not a person that they have to work that day because it's Sunday, holiday, rest day, which is really nice because that day, then you can do whatever. Like every Sunday evening, I have an omelette with a little bit of milk, with corn, peas, and broccoli in that, and it's delicious.
I finally have whatever the heck I feel like.
I make that every Sunday, basically. And if we find something else, like last Sunday, I think we had corn or something.
Yeah.
And then I just made a little smaller omelette, didn't even eat the whole thing.
Nope.
And also corn, and didn't eat that. I didn't feel well.
And back to the general teamwork thing.
It's starting to rain.
Well, we got a little extra sound.
I hope you can hear us. Oh.
It's very important that you are able to talk freely with your partner. Like, we had a couple of friends over not so long ago, and when I talked to the husband of another couple that we know, and he heard me say "shut up" to Mariana, he was like, "Dude, you can say that? Not get in trouble?" Like, yeah, I can also call her a bitch if I want to, if she acts like it. And he was like, what?
I like to comment on that one. I think it's also that with respect in a relationship, because a lot of people, not to be racist or anything, because I'm not, but a lot of people down south, I think it is, or wherever, like Iraq and so on, where the women cook, the men
Middle Eastern
work.
culture.
What?
Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah, that place. What was I going to say? I don't know, really, actually I don't know much about why they do it, but we don't do it that way. We do it simply, we feel in the mood, like we say shut up to each other. We have sometimes a silly game where we call each other all the names we can, from bastard and bitch.
To asshole
I
and
can't believe
jerkface.
I just said that on my YouTube video, but to things like you popcorn and you elephant. I mean, all that can go within 5 minutes of this silly game we have.
And then you just start when we go like, I don't know what to call you now. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But the point of that whole thing is, you have to, like Marianne said, you have to have enough. For me, I find you have to have so much respect for your partner in both ways that you can.
You mean equal respect?
Yeah, but I'm just trying to cut it on cardboard.
Sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
That you can do those things and know, okay, for example, by the tone of your voice, you're not actually serious, it's just a game you're playing. Instead of saying, how dare you call me asshole, how dare you call me bitch, you son of a goat.
Also that with you know each other so well, you know the voice, you know the looks. Like, we give each other looks, trust me on that one. That is Michael's really good girl, you're being silly or something like that.
Or like pulling yourself together.
And mine. Kind of thing. And we give each other looks also with if it goes too far.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, I'm very emotionally changing.
No kidding. That's really where the womanhood comes in you.
That sounds so weird. So, anyway, so what I mean by that is we can play the game for 5 minutes and then Michael just says one word. It doesn't even have to be bitch. It could be you dustbin or something. And I just get so offended by that word. I'm like, honey, that hurt me. And then that changes the mood, of course, and that you learn. And of course, the next time we play, then we've forgotten all about that. We didn't like that word. But things like that. So it's also that thing with learning to respect each other, but also learning each other's boundaries, and that things can change. That thing with, okay, I don't like dustbin this time, and that doesn't mean he can't say that next time. I mean, it's not really a nice word to call someone, but
you trash.
So,
but yeah, I mean, the whole thing about being able to call each other nicknames.
Do you want to come somewhere, girl?
Yeah, you. She's a mama's girl. It also comes with that. I mean, we also hit each other every once in a while. And
did you say hate or hit?
The latter.
I hate you right now. I hate that expression. I never remember what it means.
Last one.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting good at punching.
No shit. But the thing with, we can punch each other so it hurts, but it's not abuse, it's not violence, it's simply just, well, on occasion, playful time.
Is that thing between playful and violent? The problem we have is a lot of people around us can't handle it as much as us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, respect between your partner and yourself is extremely important, and I don't find that a lot in couples today. And I find it also with a lot of men that, like, sometimes I'm like, I can't believe how lazy some men are. I mean, I'm not trying to say that married life is easy. It's not. But sometimes I find that men still haven't found out that, hey, I actually have to get off my ass and give up something that I want to do right now because my spouse needs me to do something. And vice versa. But I also find that women takes a lot of advantage of that and saying that men are useless, mindless, frankly, meat sacks that's only there to help them make children. And
expressions you use.
Thank you. And frankly, I'm offended from both sides.
Thank you.
Which of course isn't very nice, because then I'm like, I can't yell at one because I'm also mad at the other one. But my point is just that
he's mad at the human race, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, buddy. But yeah. Let me show you a Huskaroni with his paw in my nutsack right now. Ow, go down.
I love it.
But my point is just that
What's the microphone?
You need to get that mutual respect, and that men and women, they are equal. It's what we fight for. It's frankly what feminism means. It doesn't mean that women are better than men and men are better than women in sexism. That's complete bullshit. And we found that out, frankly, the hard way. Because in the start, I kind of was a bit like that. I didn't really want to move my ass. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times she yelled at me and like, get off your lazy ass, you stupid dork. And it's like, in the end, it's just like, it's not worth the trouble. It's like, it doesn't take you more than a few minutes each time to just say, okay, I'm gonna get up my ass, I'm gonna pause whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna spend 5-10 minutes or even an hour on what my spouse needs me to do, and then I'm gonna go right back to what I was doing.
I feel like you're taking over now.
On to you.
See, that's the thing with, no, I am not. It's just, fair enough.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
just stupid.
I love you. Yeah.
Well, I hope you can agree to some of the things I said.
Pretty much all of what I can follow. I'm also, the dogs are in mummy mood, so I'm having to focus on them. I have a dog on my lap.
Does that want to go Wednesday or not?
I don't know. I wish they were sometimes. Anyway, but some of the example about what Michael is talking about is, for example, laundry. I hear a lot of them where the woman just does it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, in my household, no. Not to sound bitchy, but to be bitchy.
More like a black woman, not to be racist. That's just what I hear.
Anyway, so I made that I like plans, so we know where each other stands. That's also the thing. Make sure you know where each other stands. For example, Monday, Wednesday, I make food. Tuesday, Thursday, Michael makes food. Even though today we actually haven't had dinner.
Well, summers we get late dinner.
Friday, Saturday we make it together. Sunday we make self-service thing.
Well, that's never refreshing my mind. I forgot a bit about that.
Men.
Women.
Anyway, my point about that is then it's both a surprise because sometimes I forget that it's Tuesday and I'm like, oh wait, that means I'm not making dinner. Ooh, how nice, I can relax for an hour extra. And also that with if you're unwell and you say, hey honey, I'm not feeling well, can you take over for dinner tonight, then I'll do it tomorrow or something. Yeah. And within that with dinner, the one that cooks does not clean up after.
Yeah.
And we have also these routines we go through.
Excuse me.
For example, with every night, Michael, he takes the dog water up, for example.
Yep.
He locks all the doors. He makes sure things are clean, takes up surfaces and so on. And then he just fills the dishwasher with everything that's been laying around the house that we haven't put away ourselves. Tidy up after yourself, that too.
If it can be.
No. And then he turns it on. And then every morning, I get up, I open the door to outside so Max can go out because frankly he's a dog that wants to sniff outside.
Yeah, but it's mostly her that wants to go out. Isn't it?
No, she just whines for attention.
Fair enough.
Which is why she's so annoying.
No shit.
Anyway, and then when I've done my morning routine with for myself, then I go and empty the dishwasher while waiting for my tea to brew. And that we do basically almost every morning when it's full and that, of course. Well, you do evening, I do morning, which, yeah, she really, yeah. Anyway, which does that things get done, we know where we have each other, and it becomes such a routine that sometimes I feel weird when I don't have to do it, or when Michael's like, well, the dishwasher ain't full tonight. I'm like, hey, that means tomorrow I can be lazy, I don't have to do it, yay! Then what to do? Then I can do laundry or just sit and play games while I'm waiting for my tea to brew.
And one of the reasons why we chose that one, just a first comment. I guess I'll take over for a little bit.
Don't say that on the phone.
Ah, come on, it's not.
We'll edit that out. Shut up, bye-bye. Shut up, no.
Incoming. That means the dogs are going with her. But what I was going to say is that the reason why we chose to do that way is because, for me, frankly, I don't like taking things out of the dishwasher and dry them off and put them away. It's exhausting for me. It's much easier for me because everything is already laying on the kitchen table, ready to be right on top of the dishwasher, ready to be put in. So all I have to do is take off the food or whatever leftovers is on, and then just put them right in the dishwasher and turn it on. It's much easier for me, and it takes me no time to do it. Which is why I do it just before bed, because it takes me 5-10 minutes before bed. Which usually also, if I have laundry I need to do, sometimes I like to do it the night before. Then I put the wash over, just after I have, turned on the dishwasher, and then I go to bed. That's usually, well, at least my nightly routine. And yeah, that's pretty much the way we found out to do it. But you do have to... The one thing I found out is that you don't have to give up anything. If anything, you have to put a lot of things on hold temporarily to make the marriage work. For example, one thing I used to do before we got married was I went to the cinema a lot. Like a lot. I'm I'm diagnosed
movie geek from your doctor.
Movie addict. Gotta show the right word, otherwise I'm talking about a freaking ceiling. Movie addict by my doctor some years ago, and I went to the movies a lot, and I mostly did it alone.
We should round up. It's getting half an hour.
These videos always takes a long time. I think people get used to that. And of course, it cost a lot of money. But at that point, I only had to spend money on myself, which was nice in a way. But after getting married, so pretty much all of my money, except for some occasions here and there, went for the marriage. And that's just something you had to put on hold. I missed a lot of movies that I wanted to watch in cinema, quite a lot. And it's sad for me, but it's just like, well, my spouse needs me. I can't just leave her for one night because I want to have a good time and leave her alone and be, well, sometimes frankly miserable. And because I'm not such a douchebag of a husband. At least I'm trying not to be. So that's one of the things for me personally. I found out that I have to put that so much on hold. And it's only now 3 years later I'm actually going to be able to more repeatedly or generally do that again. And that's pretty much 4 years I couldn't do it.
Can I say something?
You feel free to jump in.
Thank you. Jump in. Back to the 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
Cleaning. Like I said, I like to clean, but who wants to clean a lot? Nobody. Just no. And with that, again, I said I refuse to do all the chores. So with cleaning, we have each different rooms that we we are responsible for.
Settle.
And we clean up to around 3 times a week.
Yep. 2 to 3.
Yeah. The reason why is I found out that dust comes about every 3 days, and it's to keep it up. And instead of doing one day, cleaning everything, and being tired,
Which is exhausting.
Then we clean a little bit. I clean a little bit every day here and then, wipe down surfaces and that. I'm tidy up and clean as you go and you've done things because then there's less to clean a bit. And then those 3 days, Monday, Thursday, and then a bit, sometimes Saturday, then those, we do maybe half an hour cleaning. Like today, Thursday, sorry, I got something in my eye. Because it's around the 1st, then it is wash floors and wash windows. But otherwise, every week, then there's, for example, vacuum clean the ceilings, spider webs away, vacuum clean the floor, dust off surfaces, this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And also with laundry, which I really love, this is one of my favorite things within marriage, is laundry is also divided. Basically, we throw it in the basket, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. Michael washes the clothes.
Yeah.
I put them up to dry, tumbler or line, depending on whether and if I'm sick or not. And then when it's dry, I take it down, but there's 2 baskets. There is a blue one for Michael and a purple one for me.
Yeah.
So I divide it, and we have 24 hours from the clothes are dry to fold them and put them away each. And it's our responsibility. So we each get that responsibility. The clothes I use, I fold, and then I also know what clothes I like and so on. And the same with Michael. And we both are in the process of that. In the whole process of... What process? Is it process? I feel like it's the wrong word. We're both in the part of doing laundry, which does that. It's so nice. And we also have laundry days because Monday and Thursday is cleaning days. Then you get dirty. It's also shower days. Yes, I like planning. You can hear. So the day after fits with. Then that is the day we do laundry. So it's ready that day. And we hardly ever are those kind of family where, it can lay around for a few days to a week. It only happens when we're sick, even though we've been sick kind of a lot lately because of how things go. But anyway, usually it all goes. I mean, if things go really well, within 6 hours from it's in the basket to it's back into its place all nice and clean and that. So, which is really nice.
Yeah.
If you get in doubt within your relationship, this is mainly for people that's Christians, but if you get in doubt, stop asking people, because I've listened to a lot of people and I sucked at not listening. I basically sucked everything in, and I lost my own way I didn't know what I wanted. Michael had to force it out of me. And what you need to do is read the Bible as a Christian. I mean, it literally is all about marriage and relationships. I mean, even that with between you and God, that relationship, he teaches you what he wants and so on. That can be also you and your spouse. That would respect each other. Don't have anyone else but me and so on. And be faithful. Don't lie. I mean, all of those to God. You can also do to your husband and wife and that. Your siblings and so on. And it just changes things.
Can I amend that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. One thing with respect for your partner in that way, I find that, I mean, the problem is a lot of people are controlled by their physical lust or sexual distractions, so to say.
Okay, where we're going now?
Where we're going is that, for example, well, hopefully, we'll see if I'm right now. I can look at another woman and be like, yeah, she's kind of pretty, or something like that. Or even
Sorry for the neighbor dog. Holy floor.
And even go, actually, she's pretty hot. That one's a little bit more tricky.
She's probably going to back in a bit.
Yeah. It's okay, baby. But Mariana can go the same way with, well, that's a cute guy or that's a hot guy.
Can I say something to that? What?
You're going to have to edit those clips together.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I wanted to say about that is it was a hard process with that part because I automatically went like, oh, that guy's cute. Oh, he's hot and so on. But I got jealous when Michael did it. And that's not equal. So Michael made a simple rule that I love. I mean, that is like a really good one. But you stop doing that. It's irritating to listen to. He said, well, if you can do it, I should be able to do it. So I had the choice. I could say out loud what boys I found, or men I found that was cute, or whatever motion thing they gave me. But he was also allowed to say it, or none of us was allowed to say it. And I knew I couldn't keep it in because...
since you just spit out what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm still learning to not just spit out what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I really like it to do it. But so it's one of those with not saying that you should do it, that you should go around and say, oh, he's hot and that. I mean, all this is also about fit it into your relationship.
Yeah.
Like advice you get, like marriage counseling or couple counseling or anything really. Wherever you see it, fit it in. I mean, kind of like if you got a dog or if you got a baby, don't change your life around it. Just adapt your life so you can still enjoy your life the way you want it, but within they come. Like we enjoy our life, but we still take care of our dogs. We're looking after them, with walking them, with playing with them, with cuddling a whole lot, sometimes too much, in my opinion.
And I'd like to return to the thing. One of the ways I found out that Mariana had difficulty with it, at least from my side, is because I'm a wrestling fan. I love watching wrestling.
Oh, I remember that.
And in the start, because I watch, for those of you who know, I watch WWE or World Wrestling Entertainment. And that's both men wrestlers and women wrestlers. And, well, when I watched the women wrestling, Mariana wasn't too happy about it because, well, some of their outfits are kind of revealing, some of them are not.
They could look like hookers if they weren't in the actual alley thing. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, of course, they're supposed to look like sexy athletes, which in a way they are. And in the start, Mariana asked me, well, could you please not watch the women wrestle? And like, for a time there, I was like, okay, I'll try. I mean, it hurt the storyline a bit with some things they were doing, but I tried to do it. But then over time, over a couple of years, the past couple of years, then I could slowly and more slowly go in and watch women wrestle, and even sometimes if the storyline was with a man as well, like a couple storyline, Mariana would actually watch one particular storyline with me and be like, hey, this is actually pretty cool.
I love those two, that couple, they kicked some ass.
Exactly. So that with what I'm trying to say here is that if you find something that maybe crosses your partner's limits right now, that doesn't mean that the limits will be the same. Let's say a year or 2 years or even just 6 months from that point.
I mean,
but slowly go into it. Don't just go punk. Here's what I'm doing.
Also, marriage really matures you.
Yeah.
It really. I mean, when we got married, I was 22. For you guys that don't know,
I was 25.
And apparently, ADHD brain. I got ADHD. They say mentally is 5 years younger, so 22, 21,
19.
20, 19, 18, 17.
17?
Yeah. So technically, I mentally got married as 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Now, let's be clear for any of you that has anything about this.
Sure.
It was actually, we really wanted to do it, and we felt like it was that year, that time, it had to be there. I mean, we could easily have waited, got a much better wedding with a lot more money and so on.
Yeah.
But we chose that date, we chose so on. So basically, it was all up to us. It wasn't anyone faulting. But mentally, I was around 17. And looking back, I could see it because I've always found like I was very immature for my age with different things. Not with my behavior, but mainly that with my thoughts, with, a lot of things that friends same age as me was ready for, I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it's done that in a way I kind of want to hide from the world, like a lot of movies Michael watch. I'm just not ready. It's kind of like I'm still 14 even though I'm now 25.
Yeah.
So marriage matures you, which is why these things have changed with other women, I mean, trust us, the first month we were married, none of this. We had huge fights.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what we really want. Like people on YouTube, they do that with, let me test something for you so I can tell you if it's good. We are testing marriage ways for you guys so you can try them out. So if something sounds familiar or anything and you're like, well, I'm tired of this, maybe give it a try, then talk together.
Yeah.
But,
one thing I would like to jump in with here is marriage is, you learn about each other on the private level, on the really private level. But where most couples, they really need to focus. Let's say if some of you guys are watching are couples that maybe you're almost about to get engaged. Trust me, the engagement period, it's way more difficult to get through. You'll fight 10 times more and be furious at each other at one point or another. We were that. We were living at her parents' house because frankly that was the cheapest option we had at that point.
And we were getting married close to where they lived.
Yeah. Some nights we stood in the kitchen and freaking yelled at each other, almost ready to rip out each other's throats.
Multiple times when my family said it was too stressing for them, so please go out.
Yeah. And that's simply because of both with the immaturity, because we were both not ready for this at that point. I mean, not even I wasn't ready. Yeah. I can see now because I did a ton of mistakes back then. Like, what the heck were you thinking?
I had to really shout at you.
Likewise.
No,
so the engagement period is really the part you need to focus on. Like, that's the part where you learn to stay together no matter how angry you are at each other.
Shouldn't talk too loud. It's talking too.
And then the marriage part.
And you got my friend right there. Yes, sorry.
And then the marriage part is where you all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute. This person is actually coming into bed with me, sleeping next to me every single night. I'm seeing everything that person does throughout the day. Most likely. I mean, you're seeing the night routines, you're seeing the morning routines, you're seeing the eating routines and things like that.
It's so annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
It was really annoying.
One thing that, for me, I really needed to get changed right away.
Can I just say something about that right fast?
Sure.
One thing also to know, since we met, we've lived under the same roof. Not the same bedroom, but the same roof.
Yeah.
And also, it was often that only one of us was employed, if we were at all. So, not even at work, at school or something.
Yeah.
Which basically meant that sometimes we were both home 24/7, and we haven't lived in big places. I mean, we've even been to where we lived in a caravan with our husky.
Yeah, for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Give or
There
take.
we both had a job, but so
Yeah.
it's really been that with really like put you out on deserted island and get to know each other. We've almost had that kind of thing.
Yeah. But so the private life that you're used to, you can kiss that goodbye. For at least the first couple of years, you won't have it. It was the first, even just year and a half. Mariana had a lot of trouble, had a lot of issues, you could say, with me, for example, hanging out with the guys at night, at evening times.
That's
You really weren't happy about that.
I like to comment on that this before anyone gets any thoughts. I'm extremely afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
Because of spiritual attacks and so on, and I know what can lure in it. If you watch some of my other videos on YouTube, then you know some of my own songs have luckily helped, but very afraid of the dark. So that thing with me being out in a shed to live in forest where animals are and that in the dark, not being in bed yet or hearing sounds when I'm trying to fall asleep, and husband being gone, it was freaky. So,
and that's of course understandable, but it was also very difficult for me because I mean that's basically a year and a half where I can't hang out with my friends the way I'm used to do it, because I'm a B person. I mostly hang out with my friends after dinner.
And I'm an A person.
Yeah, which also was really tough on us in the start.
Yeah. That's also one thing I want to say about this is all this is our 3-year wedding anniversary. It's only just now I can feel I'm starting to be more okay with him going out in the evening.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years
And
it's taken.
To
Might take you longer or shorter if you have that problem.
And to guys who are possibly watching this and thinking, how the heck could you stay with a woman for 3 years that wouldn't allow you to go out in the evening? Frankly, that's where your love comes in. That's where, what are you willing to sacrifice at the given moment? What are you willing to give up for a uncertain amount of time to make your spouse comfortable and happy?
Also another thing, this is minus my concussion. I have been sick for 1.5 years now, so half of our marriage.
Actually, 2 years.
Yeah, so over half of our marriage, I've been sick with the concussion where I fell on my head, back, and butt, where it's really affected me.
Yeah.
2 months bed rested, didn't go that well. I'm not, like I said, I'm not good at it.
Those times I got really angry.
So Michael had to deal with that. I was afraid. I didn't want to be alone in that. We didn't have a good place we were living at.
We didn't.
And money became really bad. We've not in our whole marriage had a relaxing time with money, barely.
We had about 5 months.
If we had with money, then it was something with the way we lived that didn't go well. I mean, it's one or the other. Either we have a place to live that we don't have to worry about, or that we had the money. There's never some, and we're looking forward to soon having both.
Just to clear that one out, we're still not there yet.
No, especially with the money. I'm
unemployed and not getting any hardly any financial support from the government. Mariana's on sick leave money, and gets maybe enough to cover about half of our bills. Yeah. So,
and they're essential bills. We've tried to cut as much down as we could possibly and still be sane. Yeah.
So our situation right now is that we had a place to live. We had a roof over our heads. But the money situation is we need to rely on family or possibly even friends to support us because we simply don't get enough.
Technically, if you took the house we live in, the heating, the water, and electricity, technically that would be all I could pay for in what I get of sick money. So phones, food, diesel to get around for jobs and that, and basically everything else. I mean, that thing with going to the cinema, that thing with going out, with eating out, with going dining or getting a fast food, that thing with just being able to go out to like the beach every day as much as we want, and just going on holiday before this virus and whatever, that it's just not really been. It's only been the within around the first year of our marriage there were some times where money was easier.
Yeah.
So
And that's really where I found out that a lot of both men and women has to really swallow their pride. With, like I said, before, what are you willing to give up for an uncertain amount of time? Like let's say that you are a fitness nerd and you maybe go to the gym every day for 2 hours. Well, if your spouse needs it, can you give that up for extensive amount of months, or maybe even a year or two, maybe in 3 years? Can you do that? Can you give that up to make your spouse happy? And vice versa, can she give up something to make you happy?
Like, comment there.
Sure.
And say, remember, your spouse is not trying to make you upset or angry or something when they ask. That's also where I hear people say things with, well, how dare they ask me that? And, oh, well, what do you think I'm doing all day? I'm working all day and so on. And all that, I'm just like, shut up and look from their perspective that if I ask Michael, I need you the next year to not go to the cinema, then there's probably a reason. Then instead of him going, what the beep, 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 you thinking, you beep, beep woman, or anything like that, he would instead probably go with, oh, why? What's in your mind, honey? Anything you're afraid of, something? And sit down, talk about it. Yeah. Also, like, we have this rule we don't always obey, since I have a temper, but is when we argue, try not to shout at each other or scream. As soon as that, or swearing, as soon as that comes out within fighting, we should try to stop each other from it and just say, okay, calm down, breathe. We should have a reasonable. Also, a lot of movies, Christian movies we watch, has helped us. Like Warrior, people watch the freaking anyway. Where I love what she says, where they talk about they're considering a divorce. The young woman's considering a divorce with her husband, I believe, and this older woman, they talk about the arguments the married couple has. And I love that she said, when the woman explains the man is so annoying and everything, then the elder woman, she asks, do you ever feel like you win an argument? And like, no. And not win like, I was right. No, that you both won. And since then, that's kind of been the center of our arguments, that whenever we're done, I asked Michael, and it's kind of interesting because I thought we were both happy with the love arguments. I was like, so honey, you feel like we both won? You're all good that? And I'm like, yeah, I feel good. And then he comes, well, actually, no, I didn't feel like we finished. I didn't feel like my point got through. And I'm like, really? Yeah,
that actually took us about 2 years to get there.
Yeah, that's only here recently.
Yeah, where for me, with arguments, I felt like 9 out of 10 times, I was the bad guy and she was the saint, so to say. That I was the one that kept messing up. I was the asshole. I was the one like, how dare you do this to me?
And then I like to come in with, I've also learned that with, for me, it's not about winning. It's changed to, for me, it's about that we're both happy. That we don't go in from an argument, in from outside with the argument of, he still owns that bitch, how could she, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, we talked about it, how nice. But it's like, I know he's happy about what we talked about. He feels heard. He feels like he could say everything that was on his heart, on his mind, without us shouting. That's also what's so important about marriage, that control yourself, but be honest, be respectful, but say everything you're feeling in a good way. Like also with an argument, with a lot of this, with how we done with laundry and all that, is we argue, but then we say to each other, like, if I say to Michael, I hate the way you fold laundry. I don't really care about it, but just say, but if I say that to him, then, hey baby, then, no, I totally got lost.
Well, I can jump in on there.
I hope you know what I was trying to say.
No, but I'm gonna still same subject.
Yeah.
Looks like I have a big mustache right here. I really don't. Anyway, the thing with arguing with each other, also with that, if you're trying to work something out, I've heard a lot of couples where one of them goes like, it's just for fun, loosen up, don't be such a blah 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 blah. And I'm like, that's the worst thing you can do. Because if your partner is trying to have a serious conversation with you and you just go off like that, and he's like, so you really don't give a shit about my opinion?
Or saying bite it in also.
Yeah. And you need to let your partner speak out his or her mind in order for you to fully be able to help them and understand them. And like, okay, how can we work out the problem together? Not what can you do to make it better for me, or what can I do to make it better for you, but how can we make it better for us?
Oh yeah, now I remember what I was going to say. For example, if Michael irritates me in doing something, then I'd say, honey, the way you fold laundry is really irritating for me. And almost always, there is something we both don't like the other one's doing.
Yeah.
And then I hear his. For example, he says, I hate how every morning you have to wake me up or something.
That has been the...
Yeah, I hate it too. Anyway, then I would stop up and not say, well, what do you think you can do to make me happy? No, I don't do that anymore. And I think this is really important for you guys to learn too in marriage, that I stop up and I say, and I think to myself, I know the problem he has. I know what he doesn't like me doing. I know myself. He knows me. We know each other's issues because we open book to each other, and there's a spider. There. It's coming to my phone. Crap. Anyway.
Yeah, she's got arachnophobia. I don't.
Anyway. I keep on losing this one. Then you think, okay, well, if he hates me waking him up, then I think, well, I hate him not getting up when his alarm goes. So then I might say, well, how about this? I will not wake you up anymore, like you don't want to, but you then have to get up your own ass with the alarm you set. That kind of thing. Yeah. And then vice versa. So suddenly you are making a promise to fix what he finds annoying, but within what you accept, what you can handle in that. Like, I could handle that. Or with if it's folding laundry, then he could say, well, don't say, well, don't look. Then people just want to punch you. I would want to punch you. But could say, well, how about, what don't you like about it? Well, can't you, do you want to do it? Or, I don't know, that one. We don't have that problem.
I like jump in there.
Yeah.
The thing with waking up, for example, that was also one of the things that took us a long time to settle on, where we both got happy. Because, like we mentioned earlier, I'm a B person. Marianne's an A person.
I get up at 7 in the morning.
Yeah. I'm now trying to get up at around 8.
Yeah, if he could, he would sleep till 10 or 1.
No, not 1 anymore.
Oh, okay, 10.
That's even too late for me.
Oh, fair enough. That's nice.
But between 9 and 10 is where I'm comfortable with it, because I've tried for many years to adapt and adjust to what society... I say that way because it's
I'm so
people
sorry,
I know.
I'm tired. It's late.
What time they want me to wake up on and be effective in doing things. And I've just found out that, hey, it doesn't matter what you want me to do, 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 because frankly, I can't do that. And 15 years of trying have taught me that, well, I'm not going to get anywhere with that. So what we found out is that, well, in the start, you really wanted us to wake up together and, for example, have breakfast together and things like that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's not an option because that's just not what I can do.
That was newlywed mistake number 1.
Yeah.
Real life and movies are not the same.
Nope.
That was just me wanting to be so romantic like the movies.
But the key point here is to be able to accept that you can't always get exactly what you want. Like, you can't get, okay, with us, you can't get me up 7 in the morning, eat breakfast together at possibly 7:15. And then
I get you to eat breakfast non-stop almost.
I'm trying to prove a point here. And so on and so on. It's just not in the cards. Getting me up at 8, however, more realistic.
Well, it's kind of.
Yeah.
More like 8:05, but yeah.
But the thing with eating breakfast, still having trouble in that one. I'm not a breakfast type.
Yeah. Which is funny because if I don't eat breakfast, my stomach. Watch out, Flo.
Yeah.
My stomach, it can't handle it. I need to eat maybe within half an hour of waking up or something. It's important for me to eat.
Yeah, I can go 4 hours without eating breakfast.
You can go without food in a day almost.
Not exactly.
Anyway, we need to move on.
Yeah. It's getting
Then I have a question for you.
Shoot.
How do you find it's going with our vows? Tell them what your vows were to me. I don't even remember your vows.
Frankly, I don't either. I believe it was something with that I was trying to be the best husband I could be for you, and simply just help you in everything I could. I remember your vows to me, because that was
It's not why I'm just very tired.
Because that was a picture language, which frankly I suck at.
Oh.
But how's it going with keeping up to my vows? In the start, frankly, bad.
You were such a horrible husband.
And you were a terrible wife.
I thought you were serious for a second there. I was like, what? That's the kind of moment you're like thinking, is he serious? Is he not? I'm not sure. Are you serious?
But now, yeah.
What'd you say now? Interfall.
Excuse me a second. Sit. Floor. Like that.
She's so restless. It's her bedtime. It's my bedtime, I think. What time?
Like that?
It's my bedtime.
Ish. Okay, I'm back. But one thing that helped me to be better at my vows was actually the accident. It was your accident. Because there, frankly, I didn't have a choice.
He became a man. Not to be sexist. That was a bit sexist, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry.
But I didn't have a choice because all of a sudden
I'm loud.
I'm at work and I get a phone call around 10:30, 11ish, give or take.
Try microphone.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
11ish. It was around 11, I remember.
Yeah, give or take.
Yep.
Where Marianne calls me and says something like I fell on the balcony and I got possibly knocked out for a couple of minutes. I'm not sure. Flo was there, luckily to
saved me,
lick my face and wake me up,
keep me
and help me get up. But I don't feel good, and possibly something with my head.
I could feel the side effects right away, so I knew I should take painkillers because it probably would hurt.
So what we did was that I kept her on I told her, well, then let's stay on the phone until I get home. And that was about 5 or 6 hours on the phone. Simply because I have a more extensive knowledge on the human body than Mariana does.
I don't really know much.
Yeah, and
I don't even remember which side of the body the heart is on. Basically, it's the outer part.
Left side, your right hand goes to your heart.
Well, I'm gonna forget that soon. Yeah. Okay, carry on.
So I had to use my knowledge on that one, saying, okay, concussion, if it is that, then you're not allowed to go to sleep until I come home, so that I can monitor you. And she was tired at that point.
Oh yeah.
Already there, and I was like, don't go to sleep.
It was already hard. I was laying in bed.
Yeah.
And I had to because my body needs support. It already hurt. My whole left side hurt. And we did that. I called my dad and sister, and Hannah, my sister, she said she would call me every half hour.
Yeah, and you couldn't even regulate time on that one.
Yeah, and I'm usually extremely precise with time. So precise, I hate analog clocks, is it?
Yeah, analog watches.
Yeah, I do digital, and I even put 5 minutes in front, so if I read wrong, then I have 5 minutes extra. I mean, I'm very precise. I hate when people say it's almost 9, and then it's like 8:45 or something. That just annoys me, pisses me off.
Well, that's probably almost 9.
Anyway, but there, I usually can sense time. It felt like 5 minutes, that half an hour. And just those kind of small details, like something's really wrong here.
And long story short on this one, all of a sudden, within a sort of a split second, everything was put on me. I had to work, I had to take care of my wife, I had to take care of my dog, and we just got a new dog, so all of a sudden I had to take care of 2 dogs.
3 days before I fell, we got Flora.
Yeah. I had to cook food for us all the time. I had to make sure that my wife is breathing normally when she is asleep, so that I don't have to call an ambulance because, well, apparently she maybe landed in a coma.
Yeah, and I couldn't lift things. I
Yeah.
could barely lift a glass of water.
I had to deal with our landlord, who is another topic I don't want to go into. And I had to deal with a boss that was on my ass every day. So all of a sudden, all this just gets thrown on me with no options.
Like we said, job
like-
was not
yeah.
good, living was not good, only money was good, and that changed
Yeah.
with me getting like this.
So all of a sudden, I went from a husband with relatively limited responsibilities to all of a sudden have all responsibility of everything.
He had to be 2 people at once.
Yeah. And that changed me. It was difficult in the start, which did that I got sick with stress because I couldn't handle it.
And lost his job.
That
So
too.
did I.
But over time, I mean, we're 2 years into this, and she's still not reported. She's still not reported as well enough to work.
Yeah, I just got into internship here
Yeah.
just almost a month ago.
So, over the past 18, 20 months, a lot of responsibilities came onto me without an option. And that's why I really had to look at, okay, I can't do much for myself right now because my wife needs me. She is in, well, the first couple of months she's in possibly lethal danger. And we're still just newly married, pretty much.
That it
About
was
10
just
months in.
It was 2 months after our 1 year anniversary.
Okay, so about 15 months in.
Yeah, I fell in September and
Right.
Yeah.
So to put this video a little short, because it's, well, to cut this video off,
let's get into 50 minutes.
yeah.
And it's 10 o'clock.
The main points that we found out in a successful marriage, because actually, like I said to Mariana not so long ago, I think we actually cracked the code, so to say, is number 1, swallow your pride. It's not about you. It's about you. Love you too, sweet. Number 2, be willing to make sacrifices, not permanent, but over an undisclosed amount of time.
Be acceptable to sacrifices, no matter how big they are.
Yeah. Number 3, don't be offended by everything your spouse says just because you can. Because you'll get mad at each other, you won't be able to figure shit out. Number 4, be able to have arguments, conversation about things. If things piss you off because, well, your spouse does something, talk to them about it. Don't just say, hey, you're an asshole, change. You're not going to get anywhere, trust me. And you're going to get that reaction. So yeah, number 4, argue. It's okay to argue. It goes bad if you try to beat each other to death.
And a comment in that
Yep.
is that we said when we fight, we try not to swear and shout at each other.
Yeah.
But one thing Michael does do that I do like is he does say, okay, I'm going to have to say this straight out because this is how I feel. And then he will swear or yell out right in my face, for example, what the beep are you thinking with that? I mean, hardly ever naming me, but using the F word because it's just, he needs to get out.
Yeah.
And that's also, you need to be able to express each other, yourself, not each other.
But yeah, be willing to, if you need to.
Look at the clouds.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you need to, say things exactly the way you feel them. Don't sugarcoat it. Yes, it's hard. Frankly, that's marriage.
Sugarcoating is only in cakes. Batista.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
And I would say the 5th, as much as there can be challenges,
Challenges fly.
as much as there can be challenges in your marriage and you can be miserable for weeks at a time, elevate the good stuff. I mean, for example, one of the things we're looking forward to next, actually in 2 days, if I can get my ass together to actually call the freaking restaurant.
Oh, I was thinking what?
Is we're gonna go to a favorite restaurant to have our anniversary dinner.
Karma. Go to Karma and Colling.
And that's something that's because we don't have a lot of money, we have to save our money for excessive months at a time. And that's something that we can look forward to, like, hey, you can get your burger and the liter cola for next to not money and good fries and good surroundings.
Yeah, we were blessed with our landlord.
Oh, yeah.
They gave us a birthday present, which was so nice, which was 500 krona. So we were like, special occasion, our wedding anniversary, because we knew we would probably not have money for it at that point. So we get to do something special.
So yeah,
and we haven't done that for over a year, I think.
Actually, no, we went there just after our birthday, I think. We got there. I think last time was in April.
No, we didn't. And
we might have been there this year, I don't remember.
Because of the virus.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually going to be the first trip to the restaurant this year. And it's our favorite restaurant. Yeah. That says a lot. But yeah, like I said, my fifth and final advice for difficult times that you never know how long it's going to go, focus on the good stuff. If it is, for example, okay, we don't have much, but let's put a movie on. If you have some snacks, get those. And just cozy.
Strawberries and chocolate.
Yeah, but
and soda. Spend
some quality time together where you're like, okay, we both enjoyed this. Let's do this and just forget about everything
else. Lay
in
bed from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till you go to bed, where you just lay, eat chips, eat candy, drink soda, watch a movie together.
Yeah.
Maybe flirt and get on if you want. But I mean, that's just as for me. Also, we're not really outgoing. We're kind of we're introverts.
Well, I'm an introvert.
We're introverts with sprinkles of outrovert parts.
Yeah.
So, like, we love having parties, but we don't love too many people.
Yeah. But do you have any other advice than what I've come with?
Yes. I've been waiting.
Take it away.
Love you, honey.
You too.
Anyway. How it's going with my vows. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, right. I totally lost that subject.
Yeah, I noticed. You went into the concussion and everything. And jobless and that. Anyway. Vows. My vow was that Michael's talents. Michael is like a snowball, a snow globe thing. And I promise to keep it clean on the outside. So polished on the outside, thank you. So that people can see his beauty, his talents and that, because people can't always see it. We can feel that. So as his wife, it's my responsibility to let him shine, and that he focuses on his talent, I focus on letting him shine. That was one of them. That I think I've done okay.
You've been one of my biggest supporters.
I try. Anyway, and the second thing, was I promised to be the perfect biblical wife, which was a very scary vow for the simple reason I had not still read all the things it says in the Bible about that. But because it's the Bible and it's the one place I definitely believe the truth is in. So, and I still should really read that soon so I know what I'm actually supposed to do.
Yeah.
But, I tried to be a supportive Christian wife the best I can and to let him shine.
Well, honey, after 3 years, now I can say you're definitely on the right path.
Okay, second thing, that actually hurt my neck.
Well done.
Oh, shut up. See, there we can do it. Okay, last but not least, live your life.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life. You're married, you're going to be together until death do you part, because divorce is stupid human made. Anyway, live your life. For example, we do not have the same life, the same every day.
Definitely not.
One, for
That would make us
example,
crazy.
Michael, he sits up in his chair in his corner that we made together, not he made, but we made. That where he watches things upstairs like wrestling, like survival, horror movies.
Blacksmithing, knife making.
Yeah, that's more stuff I could also watch. But he does that. I sit down in my favorite area in the house almost, other than the bed. Just love the duvet and that. Anyway, sofa downstairs on my laptop or TV, depending on how many screens I want to use for games and writing stories and watching things. Anyway, I sit down there. So we don't sit the same place. We don't eat the same food.
No.
I mean, that's also a thing that's tricky because I want to be inviting for guests with food. Of course, it's very hard now with no money, but I want to have food around so they can just come and snack and so on. But the thing is, you can cut in 3 parts our food. It's Michael's food, my food, and food we both eat. Like meat we both eat, rice, pasta, and that. But Michael's lunch, I hate it. I don't even like the smell of it.
No, you don't.
But that's also because I can't handle creamy stuff and it just smells like that. Anyway, I have totally different. I have eggs with mashed potato, brown sauce, and carrots. Sorry.
Thank you.
Every day, and it's delicious. I love it.
And I don't like mashed potato really. I can eat it, I can't enjoy it.
No. Yeah, Michael, he doesn't like the word fussy, but he's very selective with his eating, and, well, we're still learning about ourselves and each other. But anyway, so that was one of it with live your life. You don't have to be the same. You don't have to do the same thing. So, as you can hear, it's changed a lot since the start of our marriage.
Definitely.
And, we wake up differently, we go to bed differently, we dress differently.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we don't even have the same clothes. Michael loves t-shirts with pictures on.
Yeah, it's only right now I don't have one on. That's because I just threw one on.
Yeah, and I don't like where there's any writing on, really. Not many, definitely.
And to those of you who don't know me, just because this is fun to watch, I hardly wear socks and shoes. And mostly just shorts. This is just folded up pants. But I mostly go like that.
Okay, we gotta be fast and not feeling too well.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, allow each other to be open and change.
Yeah.
Like, I've changed a lot. I've gone within the last half a year into minimalism and no waste and go green stuff, which is hard when you literally have hardly money for food even.
Yeah.
But luckily our families have been huge blessings to us with food, with money, with supporting us and other things. But yeah, be open for changing that. And I mean, I'm also looking forward to going to the cinema, but I've always the reason why I don't like the cinema that much is I like control. I am quite a control freak with some things.
Yeah, you are.
And with movies, I like that I can pause it, I can turn it up, turn it down. If I easily get scared of some things, then I can just fast forward that part and so on. Like, Michael hates watching movies with me because I skip it a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so things like that. But that's about accepting each other. Then when we want to watch a movie, like have a romantic movie night, we'd go and find a movie where I wouldn't skip. For example, Fast and Furious. Oh yeah. For example, not done yet.
I just want to make a fast comment.
It's about that because it's the same subject
that.
I'm still on.
Just for what you just said.
Okay, yeah.
When you talk about the movies, the only time we can actually watch a movie together where none of us gets frustrated is because we both watch the movies separately. Because when you watch a movie the first time, you like to skip scenes you might not know about right there.
Yeah.
And I generally just go through the whole thing.
It's kind of like, how do you say it? What do you call it? It's kind of like making food or something. In the start, for making a pizza first time, you might just want to buy the dough in the start and then the toppings. And then after you've done that like 10 times, 20 times, then you start getting comfortable with, how about we make it at home? Or we buy already made but where it's only basic or something like that. And you go and you continue. And then at the end, then you can make the dough at home and you even make the filling, maybe make cheese yourself and so on, whatever. But that's kind of how I have it with movies. With some of them, I have to watch. I've watched like for 10 years. I've watched movie, and I always skip that part. And then finally, I'm like, you know what? Today I'm feeling it. Let's do it, kind of thing. And there's also a lot of movies. Michael's like, let's watch it. I'm like, I'm not ready for it, kind of thing. And then probably in some time I will be. Maybe like the Joker film that's come out, or the new Black Widow. I might want to watch that. Who knows?
Still don't watch Beauty and the Beast. That one you still don't want to watch.
Yeah, still. But
I love that movie.
mean, some movies I'm still not comfortable with. Like one that almost everyone loves is Home Alone 1 and 2.
Yeah, I love that one. I hate the other ones.
I get too uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
And it's so uncomfortable when we're at home at my parents' or at other people's houses and watch them, or when I was a kid, I would walk out the door with my ears like this, plugged, humming to myself, going to the toilet, doing other stuff, getting food, to not hear it because I just couldn't handle those scenes. And then either I came in too early, unfortunately, or very late.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yep.
always be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing I find when we are with family and friends, the communication, like whatever you say to me, unless you say don't tell Michael will know everything, and vice versa. Basically, we know each other, we know what we're thinking, we know what's going on in there. Whenever someone asks about something over the phone, we talk to each other all the time, constantly. That thing with be honest and tell each other. Also, that with in movies where the women they go like, oh, my man might get jealous if I'm with the guy and so on. Trust your man, trust your woman, and go for it. I should be able to go out with my friends. I mean, let's say if I wanted to go shopping with one of our mates, so to say, I would do that. I mean, I'd be like, it's kind of nice to hang out because it's different, and I do like different.
To give an example, a couple of days ago, I was helping one of our friends drive her and her sons to daycare and kindergarten. And because there was a little bit, I had to drive her to work as well, but there was a couple of hours in between the work. So she was like, well, how about we go to Burger King for something to eat? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then she joked with, well, then she took me on a date. And it's like, and to most men, I think, they wouldn't dare telling their wives that. I told her that right when I came, like, I just joked with that she took me out on a date. And I was like, we just laughed at it. It was fun and cozy.
Yeah, cute.
And we just talked.
It's also that with what you call it compared to you gotta be there. Like a lot of people, they say jokes and then they say you need to be there to understand. The same thing with relationships. With that thing with what you say to your spouse can be very different from what happened. Like a lot of things Michael explains to me in that when I experience it. He might as well have just given me a blank page because it was opposite.
Yeah.
That's why some of the things I don't trust what he says. Yeah. I got pain in my stomach.
Okay, well, this up
yeah.
We're also open almost 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can say no. You're allowed to say no to things. I have to practice that. I've been practicing that. I've been quite good at that, haven't I?
You're getting way better.
Yeah.
So am I.
But yeah, not all is the same way.
No.
So basically, live your life. Don't have to be the same things, even with eating and so on. Be open with each other and with change. Always be honest and respectful. And it's okay to say no. And a last one, even though I'm not comfortable in the subject, not everything's about sex.
Definitely.
For Pete's sake, people, shut up.
Guys, keep it in your pants. Women, you're not sex subjects, neither are we to you.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, I think the last thing I would want to say to wrap this whole thing up, if I remember, since you kind of distracted me on that one.
What can I say?
Your distraction, but the positive way.
For the compliment.
What was I about to say?
I don't know.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, also that was support each other in the different things you wanted. Michael wants to be a furniture maker and restorator. Yeah, I don't remember the word, so excuse me.
You want me to go full out on it?
No, I don't. No, our time is limited. You can say that in another video.
Oh yeah, now I have what I wanted to say.
And a blacksmith. I want to be a dog trainer. I help organize and clean. I want to be a cake and chocolate confetti company in that. International, worldwide. Yeah, I know, whatever. Continue. Support each other.
Just wanted to wrap this up with saying, if any of you have any questions for us, no matter what it is, it could be the smallest little detail or if you need advice for couples advice or something like that, feel free to put it in the comments. We'll definitely respond.
Yeah.
We'll read everything of what we can and we'll respond.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that.
Well, you need to take her. She's really poor.
Hey, Flora.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cat's hairs up.
Flora. Slut. Focus.
Basset dogs are rescue dogs, so they both react to different things.
Hey, come.
Flora's very sensitive, and she's been that since my concussion, with overprotective for me. So she's going out now. She's Labrador Retriever, so it's in her to do that. Yeah. So
where was I?
I don't remember.
Yeah, just tell us what it is.
Oh yeah, comments.
Yeah, and we're not saying that this will work for everyone.
No.
It won't. I can guarantee you it won't. But a lot of it will. And this is kind of like, you can take what you want from this and you can leave the rest, or you can say, what the heck do you guys know? This is not working. That's fine.
We just really wanted to do a 3-year anniversary. Let's say out what we've learned, and there's probably going to come a lot more. I seriously doubt we hit the nail right on the head. Probably not. So yeah, but I think this will become a 2-part video or something, and I really hope you guys watch it. And well, thank you guys for following me. Yeah, if you want to follow Michael, then his YouTube channel is
R.E.H. Armory, along with my Instagram is the same thing. Yeah, I don't not my Facebook, that's for my friends. My YouTube channel and my Instagram channel is my work channel.
Which is also what his company is called, R.E.H. Armory.
Yeah, there you can contact me with anything that has to do with my work. Or in case with this video, if you have any comments that you want to put directly to me, I'll also respond to that. So feel free. R.E.H. Armory. R.E.H. is an anagram, so it's R.E.H.Armory. Just to put that out.
And there should be links in other of my videos if you can't find it, and I'll see if I can get a link in here if I can figure that one out.
Well, when you post the video on YouTube, you should be able to pin the link in the comment.
I can try, but it doesn't always work. It doesn't accept your name. Is it?
Fair enough.
As well.
But yeah, you should be able to find it on YouTube and Instagram.
So
wrap it up.
Yeah, that was about just under 1.5 hours, and really hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed us being us.
Yeah.
And
hope you're also entertained by it.
Yeah, that's also very important. It's YouTube. You should be serious but entertained at the same time, kind of thing. And if you have any questions about anything from money, ADHD, from us living in Denmark, to dog training, to our business, to whatever.
Yeah.
Just
I'm also a survival instructor.
That too. You survived me.
No, I survived before you. I survived before you.
You're ruining my humor.
Yeah, well, you was wrong.
I feel slightly offended.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.
Wait, for this anniversary? Peace. Catch you later.